Full Asana project management tutorial. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be doing a deep dive into building your project management with Asana. So let's get into it. Now, for any good project management, you need a initiation tool. You need to plan everything. You need to execute it, monitor your particular tasks, and then have your tasks be completed and finish your project. So these key integral parts can all be managed on Asana. Asana has multiple different features, including their workflow and automation builders, resource management, goals and reporting, as well as Asana Intelligence that has been a recently launched feature. So let's get into Asana. Now I have created my account on Asana and let's get started with a new workspace so I can show you guys step by step how you can use Asana for project management. Now if you don't have Asana already, you can go on ahead and choose a plan. Their plans start from $10.99 per seat per month. Now, keep in mind, Asana also has a free version, so you don't necessarily have to pay to use Asana, and you can get started for free with your email address as well. Now, from my account, I'm going to build a new workspace. Now, your workspace usually is going to be the name of your project. So for us, let's say this is going to be our Green Living product launch, like this. After that, you can enter the members of this particular workspace. So this might be any other person that you are working with, your employees, administrative people, managers, everyone should be added. And then you're just going to click on create workspace. Now, once you create your workspace in Asana, you can get started with some of the basic features. So before you begin building your workspace, you need to have understanding of your workspace. So to understand your workspace, you can see on the left, you have different sections. You have a home section, which is illustrative of your home section. Then you have a My Tasks section, which can enable you to see everything that has been assigned to you. Then you have a inbox where you can communicate with the rest of your team. Then you have some tools to get insights upon the project that you have. This includes reporting features, portfolios, and goals. Now, all three of these insight-based features are available on the premium plan of Asana. However, if you're really curious about these features, you can get a 30-day free trial. So you can click on try for free, click on start trial over here. And then this will actually start a free trial for you, and you can actually get access to all of these amazing tools. And if you want, then you can upgrade to the premium version of Asana as well. Now, for any project management tool, let's get started with actually starting our project. So on the left, you have a project section, and you can click on new project over here. Now, in your new project, you have two basic options to either use a template or a blank project. Now, obviously, there are project management based templates available. You don't necessarily need to build your project manager from scratch. However, I always like to build it from scratch because it is customized to what I want to do. It does not have to include unnecessary information from the template, and I can just build everything with my own personal liking and preferences. So we're going to start with a blank project. Now, you are going to build your project name. This might be our marketing idea. And then after that, we are going to choose the default view. So our default view is going to be a list view. And then I'm just going to click on create project over here. Now, once you have created your project, you have different sections that you can create in Asana. So this is the marketing idea, and I can click on the top left. So this just the icon. And I can customize the color of the icon as well. I'm going to customize this because I like it in a pink color. It's my favorite color. Now, after that, we are going to actually start adding sections because sections can help you in maintaining the level of accuracy on your project. So different projects, different types of tasks can be categorized under different sections. Now, for us, let's say I want to, for my particular marketing ideas for my Green Living project, I want campaign ideas. Then I can build a separate section for content creation. Then after that, I want a section for maybe social media. And I can build a unanimous section for content and social media. Then after that, I want another section to be for collaborations, because in marketing, these would be some of the key things that would be happening within our project. Then after that, it might be some design concept. And I think I would move this to the top, right below campaign ideas, because design concepts are something that I think usually happen before you move towards thinking about promotion of the content. Now, after that, you can also add miscellaneous ideas or random ideas, or random, campaigns, anything like that. Now, once you have done that, you will see within each section, you can create tasks for individual marketing ideas. For example, if you want, you can make a collaborative task, and this would be influencer a promo on Instagram Reels. So on Instagram Reels, influencer A is going to be promoting our brand. And then after that, I can provide detail about the project. So I can add a description, which might be, let's say I want to have something like a influencer A posts a reel showing our products in a large green forest and scene cuts, whatever is the idea behind the campaign you're looking to build, or whatever is the detail about the task, you can add that. You're going to give an overview of your entire idea in the description. Now, in your description, you can click on the plus icon and you can attach different files. So if I already have this, if I have a reference image, I can attach a file, or if I have anything of that sort, like an image, a video, a table that I have information in, I can insert all of those things over here. You can even insert videos and other types of media formats. And this is particularly related to marketing, so it would have more media content. But if it's a administrative task, then obviously you can make a lot of use out of the tables and headings and other features. Now, after attachments, you also have the option of adding subtasks in Asana. Now, subtasks can be a great way to be able to manage progress of a task over a larger period of time. So these are usually the actionable steps required for the implementation or completion of a task. So influencer a promo on Instagram Reels. Now that's a very generalized task. What would be the actual steps that would take us to this particular outcome? So first off, I have to contact, then I have to maybe make a deal or propose a deal, negotiate, choose a suitable location for our shoot content, edit it, and then after that, it would be to upload it. Now, once the edit it and then send it back to influencer, send it to influencer, and then get it uploaded on, and then I can set a particular date for that. Let's say I want this promo to be launched on the 29th of February. So I can set that as the due date for our final subtask. Now, these are going to be the step-by-step sequences or steps I have to take to complete this entire larger task. Now, you can assign due dates to the task as well. Now, this due date is on the 1st of March, and then I can assign this to a particular person as well. Now, below that, you also have the option to add a dependency. A dependency is usually when a task is being blocked by or is blocking another task. So let's say I don't want this influencer promo to be launched until I have influencer X launch their promo video first. So I always can set these dependencies to help us in knowing where a chokehold is coming from within your project. So if your project is having, different types of hiccups where, something gets late, one thing delays the other, one thing delays the other, and then your entire project goes off track. So these due dates and dependencies can help you in making sure that everything is being accomplished on time. Now, these are just some of the pre-existing fields. You guys can see on the top right, you have the option to like tasks. You have the shortcut of attaching files, expanding the tasks, and then more. To add a follow-up tasks, you can merge duplicate tags as well as add tags. Now, tags are a great way to denote a particular type of task. So let's say I have two different types of tags. Maybe I have print media or digital media. So I can add a tag for everything that is meant to be done digitally to have the tag of digital media, and then everything that is going to be done for print media to have the tag of print media. That can just help you in getting a quick overview of the information of the task. Now, once you have built some of your tasks and some of your sections, you can actually get started with building the column information. So you can click on Add Fields and create your own custom fields. You can utilize custom fields to capture additional information about your tasks or your sections. This can include things like your idea type, your priority, and your statuses. So let's say I am going to do a single select section, and this is going to be the priority. And then I am going to keep this as a single select. The first one is going to be low, medium, and then high. And then after that, you can add Green Living. You can add this to the Green Living product launches field library. So this would be applied throughout our workspace into all of our project boards. But I'm just going to only keep this in this particular board. You can always notify task collaborators when this field value is changed as well. And you can also edit this field setting. So you can keep the settings so only you can change them. But I'm not going to keep that. I just want this to be a basic field. Now, in this way, for any task that you have, a person can set a priority for that task. Now, other than that, you can also add different statuses or idea types. Like I said before, you can use tags for this as well. You can also do a multi-select. So let's say I'm working for different types of owners or business people, and I have to illustrate the business that this particular marketing campaign is for. So let's say I can do that in the form of client or company, and this could be multi-select or single select. Let's say company, or let's say this is going to be for media type, and either this is for digital or print. And this is multi-select, so people can select both the options if both of them are applicable. And then I can click on create field. So let's say the influencer promo, I am only going to be running digitally, but if it's something like a shoot with a model, I might be doing that for print media as well as our digital media. Now, after you have created some different columns, you can also create fields or columns depicting more information, such as formulas and numbers. This can be great to better assess the financial gain that a task or a particular campaign can bring you. So you can go into formula over here, and you can just name it, let's say this is going to be revenue, potential revenue, or just revenue. And then you have the formula. So you have basic. Let's say that I want to input, and I will have to first create a initial column of numbers, which can be potential revenue. And then this is going to be number. There are going to be 0 decimals, and I'll click on create field. And then once we have our potential revenue added, so let's say I have this potential revenue, 100K. Now I can add another column for our formulas, and this would be, let's say I want to take potential revenue, and let's say I want to subtract the other column could be for our estimated cost. This is estimated revenue. So I'll add another column for EST cost, and then I'll add our estimated cost over here. Let's say it's 30K. I'll remove a 0 from here. It's 10K and 3K. And now I can insert my formula to make this easier. And this could be earnings. And then the earnings are going to be potential revenue minus estimated cost. And then click on create field. Now this can be a great way for me to be able to see what the earnings for every single individual task might be. So what a campaign would bring to us, how much can I be expecting to earn within a particular field. Now, after this, you can add more options or fields as well. This includes going into the library or creating your own customized fields. Now, moving on, the next thing you can do is encourage your team collaboration with commenting. Now, commenting can be a great way to provide feedback on each particular idea that is being presented. And with having an online platform, it can be really overwhelming to encourage commenting. So you can go into any task and encourage commenting, and on the bottom you have different types of emoticons you can add. You have AI assist options. You have the option to record a video, add a particular formatted text, as well as mention a task or a goal. Now, in your comments, this is one thing I really like to do. You can mention a task such as, maybe this could be related to this campaign. Maybe these two campaigns would look too similar, so let's not do them. Or maybe this could be a great way to merge two campaigns together and build one piece of content out of it. So this just really depends on what you are going to utilize this for. But in your commenting section, making mentions can be a great way for people to be alerted of something. Maybe if someone is working on this particular campaign and I know influencer A, so I can be like, at Jane, building a comment, which could be, hey Jane, this team member knows influencer A and can help you with the outreach, like this. And I can add that comment, and this can just help in making sure that whatever tasks are happening within the team, everyone can be a team player and get things done, get progress happening within your business. Now, after that, another very important thing on any kind of project manager, I always recommend that team consensus is going to be really important. So always make sure that you are taking a vote on certain things, and you can easily do that on Asana by adding a custom field to gauge the popularity of a certain task or a certain idea. And you can easily go on ahead and go into your campaigns and then just build one task, a sample task, and then just build a status upon that and then gauge the popularity with that custom field. You guys can see if I go ahead into the custom fields, you will see you have multi-select, and we can go into choose from library. And if you can't find votes over here, you can always select single select, and then different people can select different statuses to better help, making sure that their opinions are heard. If you can't find a voting system that works properly for you on Asana, you can always do it in your inbox in Asana as well. Now, Asana is a super integratable tool, and I have used this right now to build a simple, basic project manager. This is the format in a list view, and you can click on overview on the top left to see it in a bird's eye view. Then you also have a Kanban or board view. So in our Kanban/board view, we have our tasks. So let's say it's still in design concept, or this is actually a collaboration, so I'm going to keep it over there. Now, after that, you can even view it in a timeline view. Keep in mind that timeline views are actually only available on the premium plans. So with that, you do have to upgrade to a premium plan on Asana or use their 30-day free trial. Now, after that, you have a calendar that can help you in managing tasks. Plus, if you have any unassigned tasks, you can just add them into your calendar as you go, and you can go on ahead and click on unscheduled on the top right, and this will show you any of the tasks that are unassigned. And once you do that, this will actually enable you to drag and drop a task. So if I go on ahead and remove the due date off of this task like this, I'll just remove the due date. Now I've removed the due date, and if I click on the top, I can go back into the weekly views and I can click on unscheduled, and this will show me any of my unscheduled tasks, and I can drag and drop them onto any date that I want. And this can be a great help in filling out your calendar and making sure everything gets done, especially different tasks that your team might be putting off for no reason whatsoever. Sometimes everyone just wants to put off tasks. So this can be a great way for you to accomplish more in your work week. Now, after that, you can set up notifications to keep your team informed. Now, there are two tools of Asana that we haven't talked about as of yet, which include the integrations and the automations that you can create. Now, integrations and automations can be created using the customize section on the top right. You have a few different fields, and then below that you have this section called rules and then apps. You can go into rules and click on add rule over here and build your own integrated automation into Asana. So this could be in the lieu of notifying someone. This could be when a due date is approaching. This could be regarding anything. A simple automation might be to notify whenever a task becomes urgent. So if you want, we can go on ahead and go into routing. You can see there are a few different routing automations as well. You have Teams related automations, you have third-party automations where you can get emails as well. So let's say whenever the priority is set to high, then I want to be send email, and I want to get an email to myself notifying me that something is urgent now. So you can set these kinds of automations up to make sure that your tasks are happening on time and everything within your business is reaching the proper person. This could be a manager, this could be a basic automated tool. You can link to Notion, Confluence, OneDrive, and more. And this really depends on how you're functioning as a team, so what kind of integrations you would actually want. Now within that, it's very similar. That is the customization option where you can link different applications such as Google Drive, Slack, Zoom, Vimeo, and more. This can help you in making sure everything that you are doing can effectively be linked to your pre-existing databases. So if you're using Slack for communication, you can easily link it over here and be able to create automations as well, where you are notified when things happen directly on Slack. You can also link Google Drive if you have a lot of your data uploaded in Google Drive, and that's where you're deriving all of your files from. Below that, you have a form, and you can directly convert the form submissions into a task. So this is not something I have used personally in my project management, but it is a tool that might be useful to some people. There are different types of form contents that you can gauge from this. Usually forms are primarily used for lead generation, but this is a unique way to approach forms as well. Now, below that, you have the option of task templates. So you can create a standardized task template, as I told you guys previously, which can be a great way to just make sure everything is easy for you to set up whenever you are setting up new tasks. Now, once you have completed setting up your basic project in your workspace, this is just one project or marketing idea. If you want and you want to build something similar, you can always click on your board and duplicate your board as well. Or you can get started with a template by clicking on the project section, click on new project, and use a template. Now, although I really do love templates and template customization, for beginners, they don't really need all of the functionalities that are stuffed into templates. So that is why I would recommend for beginners to follow a simpler approach. Now, even with our simpler approach, we still have some unexplored fields in our workspace or in our project space in Asana. This includes your workflow. A workflow is a visual representation of how your work is being done. So when a task is added, it's added to campaign ideas. Then we have design concept, sections, collaborations, add collaborators like this. So you have a bunch of different options to just have a visual representation of the tasks in your workflow. Then you also have the dashboard options in which you can add different cards or widgets to be able to see the progress. So let's say we have incompleted tasks, overview tasks, total tasks, completed ones, upcoming by assignee. Now I want to delete the upcoming ones, and I don't also want to see the task completion over time. Instead, I can add chart from the top left. And let's say I want to provide a task or a chart based upon maybe the media type. And then I want this to be a donut, and the media type can either be digital or print, whatever type it is. It could show me how many tasks I have for digital and how many tasks are related to the print media as well. Now, even after that, you have a messaging option and then a files option. Now, one thing to note is that you can go into the files section over here and you can add all of your attachments over here. Even the attachments that are present within tasks are going to be over here, as well as the attachments that you send within the messaging section. You can even add further views and customize those, but these are already more than enough, and I usually only find myself browsing within the dashboard or the list or board view. I usually, in a day-to-day scenario, I'm not going to take a look at my own calendar over and over again, because I can just view the timeline view and then just go to the dashboard and I just have a good idea of when what is going to happen. So you can use these particular options if you need them, but if you don't, you can remove them, because you never want a cluttered workspace for your project manager. Now, moving on, let's go into some of the final sections of Asana, which are the insights. So in Asana, you have reporting functionalities where you can get real-time data across teams, projects, even departments. So in this, I don't personally like the reporting function of Asana. I love Asana otherwise, but the reporting function just is not really necessary. Personally, for me and my projects, it hasn't been, but for you, it might be a necessary tool. You can easily click on Get Started over here, and you can just start reporting. Now, the major differences between a dashboard on a particular board and your reporting functions is just that you can derive data on this from multiple different projects, versus on your individual dashboard, you just have data from one project. Usually I don't need data from multiple projects together, so I have never found it to be utilitarian for me, but it can be a great tool if you are managing different sections of one business in Asana. Now, after that, you have portfolios. Now, this is something I love about Asana. That is me managing my employees. Because if you go into portfolios, you can create different portfolios for your members, for different people. And you guys can see this is the marketing idea we have. We have the owner of this, and this can be a great way to manage everything accordingly. So you can click on new portfolio, and let's say this is going to be team. Like this, click on create portfolio. And then within that, I can start adding all the project info, the people info, the timelines, the progress, the workload distribution, and more. After that, you have the final section on Asana, which is goals. Now, goals can be a larger thing that you are working towards as a team. Usually, it's great to set some kind of goal where you are providing a reward for the rest of the team, so everyone is motivated to work and to accomplish your potentials. So you're going to go into goals on the left corner, and you are going to click on add goal. You can add a company goal. Let's say it is to complete marketing or complete 100K views for our website, like this. And then we can add the time period where we want to complete this. Let's say I want to complete this by the 3rd quarter of this year. And then you can choose to make this goal public or private. If this is going to be an individual goal, you can make it private. But if this is something where everyone in the company is going to benefit from it, always add other people. After that, you can add the members to this goal so people can edit this goal. I don't want anyone to edit this goal, so I'm not going to add any. Below that, you have the measurement towards this goal. So you can add automatic or manual. I am going to add this as automatic, and you can create certain sub goals, which are going to be smaller bits of goals that are achieved. And then when those are achieved, that means that you are working towards the larger goal. And then the measurement is going to be in the form of percentages. It can also be a numeric total or a currency total as well. Click on Save Goal on the bottom right, and you will be able to see the goal and the risk or status of this goal. If it's on track, I can link on track over here and provide a status update, summary, what we've accomplished, and what's been blocked. You can connect a sub-goal over here and click on Create Sub-Goal to build some miniature goals that can help you in achieving the larger dream or the larger outset of your business. Now, all that aside, when you're working on a project, sometimes you don't want to deal with anyone else and you just want to do your work and then leave. For that, Asana has a great section on the top, which is called My Tasks. Only things that are assigned to you, no matter what project that they are from, are going to be displayed over here. You're going to find a to do today, to do next week, to do later, all of those sections over here. And these can be great in doing your own work and then being able to log off and turn off your switch. In general, this is a very simple to use project management tool. It's easy to set up and can be done in under an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or queries, leave those in the comment box down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say.